Hola, and welcome to another episode of Becoming Little Miss Bikini, Season 4, Episode Cinque. Ooh, that was Italian. Anyways, so what's happened? In Episode 4, I was in New Mexico dealing with a bunch of family crap, and then I was home for about a week. Our shipping container came from Canada, and all of our personal belongings arrived as well, which is rad to look through stuff, but then also really screwed up to realize that you are a consumer, and it's kind of troubling, and it kind of weighs you down. Very quickly after the boxes were unloaded, we jumped on another plane for 12 hours of travel to the lovely island of Maui in Hawaii, and we had an awesome time. We spent 2 weeks in Kihei, and that was my third. I'm going to take this bun off. I just finished training a client, and it was serious, so I did the pineapple bun, that they make jokes about on the internet. Anyway, I digress. We stayed in Kihei, and we'd stayed there before, and that was my third trip to the island, and we went with my family. We were supposed to be there with my stepdaughter, Anastasia, but if you've read any of my blog posts, her mother's a psycho, so she didn't actually join us. And so what happened? Trained every day at Maui Powerhouse Gym, fantastic gym, every day but one of the 2 weeks we were there. Saw a lot of cool things, did some boogie boarding, did some hiking, did not do any surfing this trip, went back to O Farm in Kula, upcountry. We did the entire road to Hana. We found a wicked vegan ice cream spot. I'm actually going to add a link to my Hawaii blog post so that if you are vegan and you're fit, you can have an idea of what we did in Hawaii. So I did commit to my training. I did my check-ins. My nutrition was probably about 75%. First few days, I imbibed with libations, and that really made me feel like shit. So I didn't drink for a couple of days and then really kind of tapered it off. I have a love-hate relationship with alcohol, and I really find that if you have a stressful day, it's something you think about, or some people smoke weed, or some people do drugs, or whatever people do to get through the day, and I just really don't like having a vice like that. And so I decided on Friday, so about 5 days ago, I was going to just do 30 days off alcohol. Usually during prep for the few or 4 months that it's really serious, I won't drink anyway, so quitting and going on and off isn't a big deal to me. I just was really not happy with my progress, and of course I was standing in my own way and became really fluffy and just a little bit obsessed about trying to balance lifestyle and fun and the physique that I want and my goals with bodybuilding. And so I don't have the show coming up till December, and so I can be a little bit more loose, but at the same time, I don't want to go into summer feeling like a, almost 40-year-old useless slob, and want to be able to get up early and get my day in and have more clients to train and just feel less tired. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. And on top of that, I started kind of really getting obsessive, and I think about my physique and not necessarily what I eat, but just punishing myself emotionally for the nutritional choices I was making. And I've essentially been on prep for 4 years, going on 5, and there are a lot of unhealthy things that come with bodybuilding emotionally and physically, and there's a lot of stuff we do to ourselves emotionally and physically that aren't good for us. So starving yourself down to a terribly low body fat percentage as a woman has a lot of negative outcomes. I mean, some of you might notice the condition of your hair, skin, nails kind of changes. I know last season I had some weird funky body odor that was going on. You're cranky, your period might stop, or your period might never stop. And it's a roller coaster ride for your brain and your body, and all for a walk on stage and the chance at winning something and achieving goals, which is great. And if you're a natural competitor, there's a lot less things that come into play with that, because you're not taking diuretics, and you're not doing cocaine or taking some other substance to whittle down the fat and still have energy, and while hardening your arteries and all these other things, and steroids or whatever, right? Like, I mean, all athletes in the non-naturals, or most of them, are doing some level of some banned substance that the natural federations don't allow for. And so the fallout from that can be great. But even more substantial is the sort of unrealistic expectations, unrealistic body image expectations we have for ourselves. And there's like, for instance, the fashion industry, where there's this unrealistic expectation for models to look a certain way, to be a certain weight, typically unhealthy, and there's been some combat against that in recent years, because it's not those bodies and those body types and those people are not necessarily indicative of everybody on the planet. Everybody's different. In bodybuilding, while we appreciate like all of our own individual physiques, and we do our best to create the best physique possible for ourselves, we're still always comparing ourselves to other people, looking at a really fit person like myself in the mirror who trains at least 2 hours a day personally, plus training clients, and berating myself about how I look. That's not healthy, and I'm fitter than the average human, and I don't like this feeling I've been getting lately. So I'm a little bit hot and cold with competing. I know that I have a couple of goals, and one of them is to compete, obviously, in the contest I'm registered for in December, the all vegan contest. And I do want to go and try to qualify in the NPC to make it to the Arnold's. And I don't know what that's going to mean for me, or how long that takes. Sometimes you qualify and then you have to compete several more times to hit the IFBB stage. But I'd love to be able to do that. At the same time, my life goals are changing, and I can't really discuss what is happening right now, but I'm going to reach a place in about a year and a half where I don't know how much time I'm going to have to devote to contests. I'll always be able to train, just not at the level that I might need to be in contests. And so I really have to consider, I've gotten a Natural Federation Pro card. That's pretty awesome. I've learned a lot. I'm happy with my achievements so far, and I have a couple more goals I can hit. But what is in the future, right? Like, do I just want to be a fit person and a personal trainer and a nutritionist and have a more balanced life? Maybe. It takes a lot of emotional and physical energy and money to compete. And the purses aren't necessarily going to pay you back if you do win. And at 40, my goals are going to be different than what they were at 20. And a lot of the competitors out there are significantly younger than me. And, all the power to you when your life is stable, if you've chosen to stay in a certain place and you have this grind that you can keep up with. It's way easier. But for me, I've kind of chosen more of this loose, live day by day vagabond lifestyle. And will I be able to compete and not stress myself the hell out? I don't know. So holidays treated me all right. Check the link below for some ideas on how to be fit and vegan on the island of Maui. It's a beautiful place if you've never seen it. So I definitely recommend that you go. And yeah, I don't have any challenges coming up soon. I'm going to be in Pittsburgh for most of the summer, maybe a little bit of road trip coming up soon, because some of our clients are kind of going quiet for a while, and we thought we might do like a Southern US tour, which again, right, if you're trying to do contests, you're not going to be able to be on the road all the time. And especially having pets and just, I don't know, other hobbies. We have a ton and we run several businesses. I'm not making excuses. I'm just giving you the facts. I don't work a 9-to-5 job only and then train and then have no other obligations or dreams or hopes or aspirations. And so how many more times are we going to see Sasha on stage? I don't know. But what I do know is she went to Hawaii. She had a great time. Maui Powerhouse Gym. Thank you very much. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah. I'll always be checking out the gyms, and I'll always be checking out great, clean, awesome food. So I'll always be there for you in that respect. Bodybuilding, I don't know. Maybe she's got a couple more years of competitive bodybuilding in her. We shall see. Thank you for joining me on season 4, episode 5. Yeah, I don't know what else to tell you, but if you have any questions about Maui, if you have any questions about nutrition plans, Pittsburgh, travel, fitness, cool new things I've heard about, veganism, you know where to hit me up. foodmedicinelife.com. Shoot me an email. Have a great day.